Hello, welcome to my channel, Lisa Hutchison, LMHC. This is where I love to mix my psychological expertise and my spiritual channeling abilities. Today I'm here to talk with you about the new moon in Gemini. This will occur on June 18th. The new moon in Gemini tells us communication is key. Gemini is symbolized by the twins, which you can see on this card. It represents communication, socialization, and how we think. The energy, at this time has been feeling really speedy, really fast. People are having a hard time staying grounded, making sense with their communications, being heard. So this is going to be the new moon. We're going to work out these issues. Okay, do we have any Gemini folks out there? If so, happy birthday to you. As I said before, Gemini is about our thinking. So it's how we communicate with ourselves and with other people. So watch that inner critic, that critical voice inside your head, and be kind to you. The more kind we can be to ourselves, the more kind we can be to others. So talk things through during this new moon. Be patient. Be assertive with your words. You may want to journal or write out what you'd like to say first. Some people do better speaking, like the Gemini people love to speak. But some folks really are more introverted and in tune with writing out what they'd like to say first. So write it out, practice it, do what you need to do to get your message heard. All forms of communication are favored with this new moon in Gemini. So whether it's email, text, just come from your heart. Don't get too caught up in your head. Don't get too caught up in that inner critic, the judgmental voice that says you should say it this way or you should do it that way. Meditate around and on the day of this new moon. Write down your impressions, especially if you feel your thoughts are racing or you're feeling scattered, like kind of like an attention deficit, like you're having trouble just focusing. Meditate. That will help during this new moon because there's going to be a lot of energies with our communication. So meditation can help us focus on our breath. And when we focus on our breath, that can help us ground. Write down any dreams you have. Pay attention to synchronicities. Those are those signs, those symbols from the divine that let us know, yes, we're on the right path. Some examples of synchronicity are seeing sequential numbers, like some people see 1, 2, 3 or 11, 11 on a clock, or you see sequential numbers on a license plate, 4, 4, 4, 4. You may see certain animals cross your path, feathers, coins, whatever is meaning to you, just be aware during this new moon. So listen deep within to your heart and your soul. So let's pick some cards to see how we can best be supported during this time of the new moon and our communications. First, we're going to pick a card about self-care. How can we best take care of ourselves during this new moon in Gemini? And this reading may be more resonating with those who have a Gemini birthday, moon sign, or rising sign. But as I always say, all empaths are affected because we are sensitive to energetic shifts and changes. Okay, so how can we best take care of ourselves this new moon in Gemini? Faith. Have faith. Faith grows when you act without knowing the end result. So have faith that you can get your message across to others. Have faith that it is working out, even if people perhaps are misunderstanding you or are not hearing your message. Have faith that everything is going to work out. Okay. Power of Surrender cards. What can we release in order to manifest with this new moon? And we got Smokey again. In our last video, Smokey showed up for our reading. This is very interesting. This is the second time Smokey showed up. Now, Smokey likes, I'm just going to pick some cards as I'm talking. Smokey likes to get involved with some of my therapy session patients. So I think he wants to get interested in this, or involved rather, with these readings. So we will accept your energy, Smokey, and take in any messages you may have. Okay, surrender negative thinking during this new moon. And remember I was talking about that inner critic, how we communicate with ourselves. So you have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, just say thank you for sharing and refocus with positive affirmations. So use a lot of positive statements during this new moon. You may want to use motivational books, motivational phrases, anything that can help you stay on a higher level energetically with your thinking. Surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So this also features our relationships. So communication with our relationships. Hello, Smokey. So let's work on that during this new moon. Use I feel statements like I feel hurt when this happened, or I feel sad when this happened. And that can help you take ownership and responsibility for your part, your feelings, because that's not anyone else's responsibility. We're not responsible for other people's feelings or their behaviors or their thoughts. We're only responsible for our own. All right, and lastly, surrender to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. So be mindful, especially this picture has a lot of nature. So be mindful, go out into nature, and just have faith. You are on your soul's path. You are going the right direction. Okay, let's pick an empowerment card. How can we best empower ourselves during this new moon in Gemini? Okay, nourish your body. If you're tired, rest. If you're in pain, pamper yourself rather than pushing through. That's that inner critic again. So this is really the theme of this video, I feel, is our communication with ourselves during this Gemini new moon. Okay, so if you are in pain, pamper yourself rather than push through. So don't listen to that critical voice that says you're not enough, you're not doing enough. You are. And set some limits around what you're doing. Listen to your body. Treat your body as a precious friend, it says. So that's going to be an important part of our work this new moon. And identify your emotional triggers. We absorb the emotions of others that remain unhealed in ourselves. So if we're feeling someone else's irritation, it's something within us that needs to heal as well. So look towards yourself. Notice your triggers such as anger and fear and begin to heal them. And so that's going to be a part of your inner critic as well. You know, go back. You may need to heal some past wounds, some past trauma, and work within to your thoughts and feelings. Don't push yourself too hard, as we said, and surrender negative thinking. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Smokey and I, thank you for listening to this new moon in Gemini video. We hope to see you next time. And I'm saying we, like Smokey's going to show up again, but who knows? He may not. But I will definitely be here. So thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. And until the next time, take as good care of yourself as you do others.